Okay, here we go. I am on the GoPro with a new mount on the front of my bicycle. I noticed that if I take the sidewalk, it's going to be a lot bumpier, so I'll take the road whenever I can. Which means I should probably switch over to the other side, but if you want to see the scenes, one of the great things about Japan is that people are always sweeping and cleaning up. Ohayou gozaimasu. And they're very friendly. If you say, well, friendly as in they'll say ohayou gozaimasu to you. Now I saw a TikTok the other day. I think her name was Mio. I don't really watch TikTok too much. Once in a while, you know, see a little bit, excuse me, the bumps. And Mio said that Japanese people she said quit idolizing Japan, and Japanese people are not that nice. They're just fake. That guy was really old. So this clamp is not a super clamp, so it's already starting to fall, I can tell. I can see, that's bad. All the bumps. So the question is really Japan fake? Well, actually, I've heard the same thing he said about Americans. And that we are very, very friendly. I'm wearing a hoodie right now, so I can't really turn around. I'll turn this hoodie off there. There we go. Let me just stop and adjust this. And that. Or can I just adjust? Oh yeah, I can just adjust that way a little bit. Okay. Beep. Okay, there we go. I've had a lot of people say that Americans, they'll be really friendly to you, but they're not really interested in being friends. Which I can see that. You know. Well, I lived in New York for 6 years or so, and my impression of New Yorkers, and I think everyone's impression of New Yorkers, is that we're very, very friendly. No, we're not very friendly at all. But we will help you if you need help. So that's something. I think it's called friendly when it counts. I don't know. It's a hard call. As for Japanese will tell you one of the funniest cultural faux pas that you get here in Japan is that people will say "asobi ni kite kudasai," which means literally come and play. The implication is come to my house and play. It's a little bit like the Americans. Let's do lunch sometime, you know? Which I once said to a friend at the age of like 15. And as soon as that came out of my mouth, I thought it was just the stupidest thing I've ever said in my life. And even now it haunts me. The fact that I said that is a source of embarrassment to me. A junior high school friend, had changed schools, so we weren't going to see each other anymore. And I said to him, "Hey, let's do lunch." Anyway. So I don't know if this bicycle handlebar mount is better. Maybe the chest mount is better for stabilization. Whoop. I'm gonna run that red light. Sorry, Cruz. Two-wheel Cruise, he told me not to do this anymore. I hung out with him last Friday and had a really, really good time. I'd forgotten that we were kind of friends for a while. Isn't that weird? We'd actually gone to the movies once together. We got a haircut together, and what else did we do? We did something else. Oh, look at these guys. Cops here. What we'd done. But we did one more activity together. And it was fun. He's a nice guy. He's a really good guy. But that was when my wife was having her second baby. She was pregnant then. But yeah, we went to dinner with Tomoko and had ramen or some Japanese place. And that was good. But yeah, but right after that, he got a new job. He became a businessman, actually. And we had our second baby, so I kind of sucked up all the energy there. Look at these guys working here. I always love to see people doing construction here in Japan. But yeah, we kind of just ran out of time. And we just lost touch, even though, let me see if I can go across. Even though I'd rather ride on the street to avoid the bumps. I have a feeling this video is going to be kind of bumpy though. I'm trying to figure out the best way to shoot videos now that I have a new bicycle. Yes, you guys can't see it. You're going to have to wait till the end of the video so I can show you my new bicycle. Very happy with it. Of course, this is my first time on it. Well, not really, but it's weird, like, it's an XL and the seat post isn't all the way up and my knees are slightly bending, but it was my understanding a long time ago that when you set your seat post on the bicycle, it should be set so that your legs are just almost extended all the way. But my knees are kind of sticking out quite a bit. I'm not used to this short a seat post. I feel like I should be longer. But it's one of these seat posts that you need a Allen wrench, which I don't have on me right now, to adjust. My old seat post used to have just a what do you call it? Quickly disposable, not disposable, detachable. You just had a little lever on it. Like the quick release, that's what it is. Like the quick release wheels on this bicycle. Yeah, anyway. So we almost became friends and then we lost touch, and then because I'm getting this bicycle, I've been following him on Patreon for a while. I've been one of his Patreon supporters for a while. Anyway, good guy, and they're very knowledgeable about bicycles. If you're interested in bicycles in Japan, go check out Two Wheel Cruise. And I'm really happy to see them grow. So many times I shout out people, and I bring them up a couple hundred subs, and give them a little encouragement. Because it's good, you know, to be noticed. For other people to say, hey, this guy's good. And they really grew their channel. We can take this right here. Take this out. I'm going to increase. I'm not used to the gears on this thing, but I think it's got quite a bit of push on it here. There we go. I'm using my new. It's 9:47. Oh my God! I'm using my new watch from 28mobile.com. Great company. It's a Google Tick Watch. I really like it. I had a cheap Apple Watch knockoff for a while, but got rid of that. Anyway, it's funny what we all consider to be responsible behavior. So they are extremely responsible when it comes to their bicycles, while I am not. So, you know, I run red lights and shit like that. And I didn't have a back, and I didn't know all the rules of the road. Like, I found out a lot of stuff I did not know before. For example, I did not know that you are required by law to have a bell on your bicycle. I do not have a bell on this bicycle yet, by the way. Come and get me, coppers. I'm waiting for you. But here's the ironic thing. You are never allowed to ring that bell at pedestrians. Isn't that funny? You can only ring that bell at other cars. But at that point, you might as well just be yelling like, "Watch out!" You know. I think I remember when I lived in New York City, there was a bicyclist there who had a bullhorn device attached to his bicycle, which scared the fuck out of everybody. Excuse me, scared the F out of everybody. That is not the F word you were looking for. That scared everybody, but it was really hilarious at the same time. Ooh, what do? Do I cross over? I guess I cross over. No choice. cross over. But in Japan, you cannot ring your bell at pedestrians, only at other cars. Yeah. That's kind of funny. And you're supposed to have a back light on your bicycle, which actually, about a month ago, I was riding my bicycle home, and this car like beeped at me really loud. I was on the street. I was going the same direction as the traffic, but this car behind me beeped at me. It was like 10 p.m. And I was like, what's your problem? Whatever, he went around me. And then I caught up to him at the intersection, even though I was on a bicycle. I'm like, what's your problem? I made gestures, Italian hand gestures at him. Like, what's your problem? I have a sex with your mother, you know, kind of stuff. I think that's how Italians insult each other. And he got out of the car. He's a short, fat, balding Japanese guy. He's like, you didn't have a backlight on. I'm like, what are you talking about? But anyway, we yelled at each other, and then the light turned, so we both went our separate ways. He turned and I went straight. But the funny thing, going against traffic here. The funny thing was, I kept that in the back of my head, like, wonder if that's true. So when I met Two-Wheel Cruz, and Tuon, his wife, who's Vietnamese, by the way, not Chinese, Japanese. I asked him, he said, yeah, you're supposed to. He says, but cops usually don't care. He says, if you got a front light, they won't care about the back light. So, good to know. How's this looking? We still have a good view of the city here. You can't tell, touch the screen here. Whenever you use a GoPro, the GoPro has an automatic feature. It turns off the backlight, the screen, so you can no longer see what you're filming. To save energy. But whenever I hand this to someone to take a video, they're like, I turned off. They get all panicky. But it's just, they should warn people. It's an energy saving feature. Let's see. There we go. A little bit lopsided here, but okay. Oh, there's a police car up there. Speaking of the coppers. So back to Cruz. So he's very efficient when it comes to the law concerning bicycles, and he's very good about that. And not to say he's breaking the law at all, but we have this long vacation coming up in the next few days, and something that I'm good about is staying home during this pandemic crap. A lot of my friends are doing like comedy shows and stuff, and I'm like, I don't say anything. What's the point? I mean, I think I said once, like, is it a good idea? You think it's a good idea promoting comedy shows where people are going to be sitting in a closed room laughing? But apparently the one time I did complain, they said, well, it's going to be outside actually. It was a couple months ago when it was warmer. It's getting more difficult to talk now. My mouth is kind of cold here. There we go. So anyway, my point is I'm doing my best to stay home. However, they have this go-to campaign that I thought they completely canceled, but maybe not, because Cruz and his wife said they're going to take advantage of this, which means they're going to get incredible discounts, subsidized government discounts to travel. So they're going to go somewhere. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit. How about that? A little bit better? Okay. Yeah. So they're going to go and take advantage of the go-to travel in the next few days. Oh, 7 minutes left. Okay. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, you shouldn't do that. That's irresponsible. But, I'm not one to talk. I run red lights. I ran over a Q-tip just now. Every country's got their weird things. And in Japan, well, for example, in Brazil, when I was down in Brazil, I spent like quite a few months in Brazil when I was young. Had long hair, everyone thought I was Brazilian. Tan, no glasses. So back in the day in Brazil, you'd always see like one shoe, one flip-flop in the mud, just stuck in the mud, or on the ground. Like, people lose their shoes, the strangest things. You know, you don't see that much in Japan. Every once in a while, I've seen like pairs of shoes out in the street, like weird. Women's shoes and men's shoes. It's like they decided to just get a new pair of shoes and just left their old shoes outside. But I think it's like some kind of drunken thing. They throw off the shoes and get in a taxi. I don't know. It's not that common, but I've seen it a few times. But in Brazil, it's it's shoes. In Japan, it's umbrellas and gloves, lots of gloves, tons of gloves. And the weird thing is the Q-tip, like the occasional Q-tip. New York City, of course, it was condoms. I've seen condoms in Japan as well, but very rarely. Very, very rarely in Japan. It's not like a place where you can have, you know, sex outside. Not that New York City is either, but come to think of it, it is kind of weird that you see condoms all over the place in New York City. I don't think I've ever seen anyone having sex in New York City in the open, or in Japan for that reason, for that matter. Of course, I'm sure if you were to go online on some fetish site, you would probably find a lot of variations of that, you know. And then the red light. Okay. Anyway, here we are in Sakae. It's still 9:50 a.m. People getting ready for school. I mean, for work. Well, people are already at work, but because people have just the stores are not open yet, so the streets are still pretty empty here. But people who are at work inside, and there's no shops, so very few shoppers out. Anyway, I had a great talk with Cruz and his wife. It was nice to catch up with them. Here's a police car with its lights on and the elevated siren, which I never really understood that either, but I should ask them, why do they have an elevated siren? I'll ask them someday. I will go to a cop place, what do you call it? Station? Police station. Cop place. Cop shop. Oh, I'm sorry, they ran out with a cop. I will go to a cop shop someday and ask them why they are shops and not stations. No, just kidding. Anyway, that's our little video for today. Kind of a preview video of what's to come and an experiment. Oh, the reason I actually put this mount on this thing is because I spent literally 2 hours looking at the Insta360 1X and 1X2 and 1XR and the GoPro Max, and I've been thinking about doing 360 videos on the bicycle because they seem pretty cool, and the stabilization seems pretty cool too. But first I wanted to see what this would look like, since I've never even tried this before. So we'll try this. You guys can tell me what you thought of the stabilization. I'll probably release this to the Patreon supporters first, give them a little sneak peek, then I'll release it to you. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'll just take this off now. There we go. There we go. There I am. Just so you know, it was me this whole time, and this is a new bicycle. Check it out since we have time. This is the new bicycle I just got. Trek. Pretty happy with it. What do you guys think, huh? I got a little cheap saddlebag, a handlebar bag, and the required lights that you need on the front and back, and a rack just in case I want to carry something like a dead body or something. But that's it. More videos to come, bicycle videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you like, or just leave me a troll comment if you want. See you later. Whoa, light screen. Oh no, I'm late. Okay. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay. Here we go. Oh no. Ooh. Ah, あっちの方も終わった？はい、終わってる。本当？